Out you go. It's a wide world. All right. Vlogmas, day 14. I want to do a really, really quick one because I have another one. I want to do, but that's actually going to be a more serious, or at least more involved one, and those take a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time. As an aside, I've been kind of avoiding doing the more serious-y, kind of political ones for Vlogmas, for the simple reason that for those, for whatever reason, I want to be a little more in-depth, actually get my shit together, get my facts straight. I mean, it's not my opinion about something, I'm actually looking up information and so on. And for something like that, that's time-consuming, and for Vlogmas, it has to kind of go real fast. Anyway, that'll be tomorrow's Saturday. Alright, so today, let's see. I want to do a real quick Doctor Who discussion sort of video really, really fast. Simply because I've been meaning to talk about Doctor Who for a little while now, but just the other day I actually watched a few episodes of newer Doctor Who, newer like Matt Smith, and I really haven't been watching them. I honestly haven't been following since David Tennant, simply because new Doctor Who doesn't really interest me. I mean, it kind of shows off what a low-budget, silly show the show is, and I don't like to be reminded of that. Like, I'll watch old episodes of Doctor Who. Like, I actually recently recommended to someone watching Tom Baker, my favorite, and it's like, this is from the 70s, the Doctor Who I absolutely can't recommend enough. Anyway, my thoughts on Doctor Who. So recently, they have the 13th Doctor, they have the Doctor as female, and they have the season 11, I think, is finished or finishing, and season 11 has a Rotten Tomato score like 42% or something like that. Very low. What are my opinions on all this? Going through this, going backwards, 42%, I'm not surprised. For an aggregator, most people don't care about the thing, or at least don't care enough to comment on it one way or another, to go through the trouble of putting in a score. So for a thing that's middling, but some people hate it, it's going to have a lower score because the only people who bothered to vote for it were people who said, this thing is shit, blah, blah, blah. Ditto the other way around is also true. If something is kind of okay, but it has a few really hardcore fans, it's going to get a higher score simply because the only people who bothered to rate the thing were people who absolutely loved it. And like, my voice has to be heard for this amazing thing. So the 42%, I'm not surprised. From what I understand, it has a dearth of ideas. And I mean, even making Doctor Who female, the Doctor female, is a gimmick in my mind. It's not part of a plot or anything like that. It's not, we're going to make the Doctor female, and that's going to be a big deal because of these plot points, because that forwards the story in this interesting way. It's like it's like if we sent in one of our storylines, we sent the Doctor to an American baseball game, the gimmick being you'll be able to see the Doctor wearing an American baseball hat. And that's it. It's clickbait. It really is. There is no overarching plot. There is no compelling vision. And I'm trying to do this thing where I do reviews or discussions, digressions, as it were, where I'm kind of focusing on this thing I think is not good. This is what I think it should have done. Because I think that's more productive and more interesting. It's a more interesting discussion, I think. So the Doctor has no vision, and it has no plan. It has no plan, no vision. What would I do to make it better? I would give it a vision, and I would give it a plan. if I were to redo the Doctor, like, say, retcon to the 13th season, let's say we're at the same place. You know, they're thinking about making Doctor Who female, making the Doctor female. And I'm in the same place. Like, the ratings have been dropping off. The Capaldi season, the last one, wasn't very popular. It has a dearth of ideas. It really, there's nothing. There's nothing I give a shit about. It's one surprising visual after another, and that's the thing. In one of these episodes, a man was pregnant. I mean, it sounds like clickbait. It did, now that I think about it. What would I have done differently? I mean, even after the Doctor's 12th regeneration, just saying, fuck it. You get 12 more for reasons. That exciting thing of, oh no, the Doctor's out of regenerations. Forget about it. Don't worry. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. And I think that was a bad idea. You need rules to make your thing exciting. And you can't just ignore those rules or have those rules ignored with no consequence. Like if they had said, the Doctor gets 12 more regenerations, but maybe they have to come from someone else has to die so the Doctor can be reborn, or something like that. It puts a level of suspense, of activity, of action, of like, so, oh God, something's going on. Well, that's a moral conundrum now, isn't it? Is the Doctor more important than someone else? And life and death. This is just, whatever. I had this rule. We ignored the rule. Who cares? And I'm like, that's not how you do that. What I seriously would have done at that point, where the Doctor's out of regenerations, I would have flat out had the Doctor die. Like, Doctor dead. Doctor dead. And, which brings into the interesting discussion of, can Doctor Who survive the Doctor? I think it should have been, and this is just my idea, I don't think this is the thing that should be done, this is just a thing that could be done, is Doctor dies, someone shows up. Like, if you want a strong female lead, fine, just be a strong female lead to someone else. Maybe a mystery character, like, ooh, who is this? Because if you're going through Doctor Who lore, Whovian lore, there's quite a lot of it, and there's quite a lot of things that have never really been answered or addressed in any great depth or detail. One of which was the Doctor, in the very first Doctor, has a granddaughter. Is this an adopted granddaughter? Because it's kind of interesting if this is really his granddaughter. That implies the Doctor had a spouse, or, at least a lover or someone, and they had a kid, at least one kid, maybe more than one kid. Maybe this new person, this new woman who shows up is a regeneration of the Doctor's wife, or daughter, or another grandkid, or who knows? I mean, the potential there for that to be interesting, to have an interesting, compelling mystery, and slowly unveil it over several episodes. You can't still make Doctor Who as though it's not the 21st century. You can just take it on assumption that it's the 21st century, everyone's going to see every single episode. That's just a thing that's going to happen. So you can make longer, more involved stories, more meticulous plans can be laid out in more interesting fashion. So, once again, my thing was I would have had the Doctor die. I would have had mystery woman show up, maybe with another woman. It's like, hey, like have a foil. Mystery woman and mystery woman's companion. Who is this? What's going on? And it's, oh my God, we've got to find the Doctor. They burst into the scene. Where's the Doctor? Doctor's dead. And it's like, oh shit, that's a 12th regeneration. But that's not that big a deal because we do actually have a time machine. It's right over there. Let's just go back and talk to former Doctor. Because time is a thing. Time travel is a thing. So having maybe an extra or unused footage or repurposed footage or remastered footage, and having like the Doctor in the background, like maybe have, Tom Baker like way in the distance somewhere. We're sneaking into the TARDIS for a minute, then sneaking back out, trying to avoid getting caught by different incarnations of the Doctor. Maybe have, okay, we use a time machine, we go back and find the original Doctor, because in the first Doctor Who, he was an old man. What was he like when he was a younger man? That would be, why not retcon it? I mean, I've heard they've retconned it kind of already, so why not? I mean, have the Doctor is a specific kind of person, a person who cares about other people and is selfless and is kind of a gentleman-like character. Why not find out how he got that way? Why not maybe have as a twist, maybe he wasn't always like that way, or maybe unsure of himself, or very sure of himself, very arrogant and not like that, but has some transformation. Oh wow, a character arc. How amazing would that have been? Have like the big reveal being, like I said, this mystery woman is another Time Lord, or a different Time Lord, or something else, or the Doctor's daughter, or you know, wife's sister, or something. It could be really anyone, or it could be another regeneration of Romana, or someone else. I mean, just pull in characters and have you could just do so much clever stuff with it. You have time travel, for fuck's sake. And then maybe have another Doctor show up, because by my reckoning, there is a wartime Doctor who we've barely seen. We have the Doctor from the TV movie who's only there for a little bit. I mean, fuck it, he was only there for like one TV movie. Recast him. Recast a lookalike. Why not? Totally recast him. Have like a new guy show up. He's the Doctor for a while. And you have scenes where you have two Doctors at the same time in the same place for an extended period of time. That's something that hasn't really been done extensively. Potentially interesting. Have Eccleston show up for a bit too. I mean, you have time travel. You have no borders or boundaries with this damn show. That was the point of it in the first place. It's like we could just do whatever we can afford to do. Just run with it. Not, think of a gimmick of the week and just throw that in. I don't think the show has a plan, and it needs to get a plan. How do you fix Doctor Who? It's make a plan. Make a long-term. Hey, Emerson's. Hey, dude. Yeah, just make a plan and see it through. You need to hire someone with a vision, someone who wants to. I want to see Doctor Who do this sort of thing, and this cool thing. And that cool thing should be a cool thing, and it should be a long-term thing. Something that can evolve. Once again, a character arc, a character development. The show is badly lacking in that. At all, the character development almost certainly can't be the Doctor, so it has to be the Doctor's companions, and they're only around for a little while. And dear God, is it just me, or does this, since Doctor Who rebooted, have they been burning through regenerations like there's no tomorrow? Anyway, those are my thoughts. I just wanted to throw that out real quick. Vlogmas Day 14. Keep chugging along.